Welcome back to the Hardcore Podcast. I'm your host, Robert Melton.
And I'm your co-host, Christopher Norwood.
Thank you for joining us on episode 46.
46.
Today we're going to be talking about Pokemon, specifically the Teal Mask update, the DLC, coming out September 13th, 2023, if you're listening to this in the latter years. Or Future. But yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. What have you been doing this week?
Still playing some Baldur's Gate when I have time, working, not doing as much Pokemon stuff, which is nice. Save money, and that just takes up a lot of time, so I'm able to play more games and kind of spend more time with the boys on Discord.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's been fun.
It's been a lot of fun. I definitely missed it.
Same.
Because I know y'all kind of still had somewhat of a Discord presence, but
I have not been on Discord in months prior to Baldur's Gate.
I was off for, it feels like years, but I know it's only been like a year, maybe a year and a half, or going on a year and a half.
Yeah. I guess I was just in like a really high dose of like single player games, so I had like no intention of like being on there.
Right.
Shit, I went through fucking Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Final Fantasy 16, Hogwarts Legacy. The list goes on.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just fucking playing the shit out of some single player games, and those are all long games.
Yeah, the last, funny enough, the last like taste of multiplayer other than Baldur's Gate was probably Pokemon Scarlet and Violet when it first came out.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because after that, I hopped back on and finished Ragnarok, and that was the beginning of the year.
Yeah, because I think, if I remember correctly, I was on Discord for Scarlet and Violet to do like raids with like Matt and Sharon and shit like that.
Yeah, we were staying on top of things.
Yeah.
But then once we all beat the game, I kind of fell off. They had like the Greninja raids. I think there's a Blaziken in there.
I think the last raid I did was the like Suicune and whoever else. What was the other one? Terrakion or something? No, it wasn't Terrakion. Virizion. Yeah. And now I know the Mewtwo raid's out right now, but I don't even have a...
There's a Mewtwo raid, and wasn't there like a Mew gift?
I think there was a gift. I think it's might still be available. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But apparently the Mewtwo raid's pretty hard.
It should be.
Yeah.
As it should.
Yeah. But you've been battling some insects, I hear?
Oh, yeah, so having I don't know if it's just like that time of the year, but yeah, I've been battling some ants.
Yeah.
And it's been a nightmare. Because I know they're just small little critters, but there's a lot of them, and they make my skin crawl. So
yeah, they're a menace.
That has not been. They are a menace.
Yeah, we had a slight issue too over at our place. So,
I mean, you've seen how many ants I had. What kind of? I would say that's not slight. What would you say that is?
Oh, I mean, it's not like crazy.
It's not crazy,
but it's definitely. I mean, they're gonna.
It's inevitable.
It's inevitable when you put traps out.
Yeah, especially when you put traps out.
So it's going to be a lot more minute when you don't, but mine was definitely probably a fifth of that.
But they're going to take them
But
to
it was
the
like
hive,
consistent. It was like always there.
and it's going to kill their queen.
Indeed. You just...
Burn the bitch! I'm just kidding.
You're killing an entire colony of fucking ants.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I really hope so. We'll find out in a few days. But... that's really been it. Went to Meemaw's the other day for Labor Day, like cookout, eating, spend some time with the family.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I'm finding out that it's so funny. So last eating, my cousin Mariah, she's like in college in Texas, so we just don't see her as often. But she was at one of the last meetings. Eatings, not meetings. I mean,
family
I guess
meeting.
Family meeting. Hey. But it's crazy how... like anime is becoming even more so mainstream.
Was she into it now?
Yeah. She said she was going through like Naruto and she was listing off some other stuff she watched. But at Labor Day, that cookout, my other cousin, her sister Sierra, and her husband Patrick, he's always kind of been somewhat of a nerd. Like he is really big into Rocket League.
Is that the tall one?
I don't know if you met
I've met
Patrick.
a few of them. Well, I don't. No, I'm talking about you have a cousin that's like
that's
tall.
Sam. That's Sam. That's the oldest sister. This is like medium. She's not the oldest. She's in the middle. I don't know why I said medium. She's in the middle. But her husband, he's always kind of been into gaming. Like he's really good at Smash Bros, mainly competitive stuff, because he's played sports all his life, so he's just very competitive. He's really good at Rocket League. And we were talking about what we've been playing. They're also big into Minecraft, but he's gotten her into kind of like some games, some more like nerdier things. But they've been going through some anime.
Damn.
Like they're all caught up on Attack on Titan.
No
she
way.
loves it. They're going through Hunter x Hunter, so I got really hype on that, talking with them about that. They've seen like Assassination Classroom. I mean, there were so many like Full Metal Alchemist, more like popular ones.
Yeah.
But that was really cool to like talk with him about that and just see like, oh wow, would have never guessed that y'all would have gotten to anime. But again, it's just becoming the norm, the kind of cool thing to do when it was more of like the cringe.
Ew, you watch anime?
Yeah, like that's such an ick of mine if the guy I'm dating watches anime type thing.
Yeah.
But
That's cool.
yeah, that was really cool. But that's been about it. What about you? Fill me in. You better have just as much content.
Let's see. Let me rack my brain here for a second.
Or just make your life seem more interesting than it is.
It's not.
You know, tell it in a way to where someone like,
I work.
he's got it going on.
Hang out with Ashley, play Baldur's Gate, and edit. That's literally all I fucking do.
Dude, you got like, what do you got, like 10 Baldur's Gate campaigns going on right now?
I think it's like 6.
That's
6
crazy.
or so. Yeah.
Like, it's fun for the first few, but when you're like, oh, gotta go through this tutorial again, gotta do this again, we gotta save Halcyon again. I couldn't do it. Like, it's fun to play with friends, but like once you've done it so many times, it's like, eh.
Yeah, I've got to have at least 75 hours, and I've never made it to Act 2.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But cool. You're definitely, this is a game where you definitely get your money's worth.
But I'm not having fun at all.
Yeah, like,
and
it's
each of those
fun
playthroughs,
playthrough.
I'm finding new shit.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
Yeah, because you do like a different build. You're
Yeah.
playing with different builds, so they automatically get different dialogue and stuff.
Yeah. That game is easily an automatic 10 out of 10 for me. I got to say that right now.
Very high praise.
Yeah.
Very high praise.
So I'm digging it.
You hear that, folks? Better than God of War Ragnarok.
I wouldn't say better.
No, I'm
I'd
just
say
kidding.
it's a
I'm
10 out
kidding.
of 10 for sure.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you could compare the two. They're very different.
It's not. Yeah, it's not really fair. It definitely has a very consistent fun factor.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not like, oh man, just the boss fights are fun, but it's cool learning about the characters. It's like every part of the game is like really fun and strategic and rewarding.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
Yeah. But it's kind of cool because we're a little bit further in our... I mean, it's me, you, Ken, and Matt, but a lot of the times it's just been you and me playing through that campaign. And that's the furthest I'm in the game, is through that campaign. And I'm right behind on my solo campaign, so it's kind of nice to, like, sandbox it with our campaign. And then, like, I know exactly what to do in my solo campaign to make things easier. Which it probably won't be like that for too much longer because I got a lot of free time coming up. So, going to be doing multiplayer and a lot of solo campaigning.
And
Pokemon
Scarlet and Violet.
And Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, because that comes out, when you hear this, it'll be coming out in a couple days, but it comes out next Wednesday, the 13th.
So that's a good segue, I'd say.
That is very exciting. We got a lot of cool things to talk about, and we're just... You know, there's a lot of news with the Indigo Disc, but we're focusing on the Teal Mask for this episode since it is just coming out.
And I will warn you, there are leaks in here. So if you're listening to this before the 13th and you don't want to know about that, then I don't know what to say. Listen to it in a couple of days.
Yeah, either that or go listen to our episode on androids. Because that needs some more views. It is very niche.
Dragon Ball Z androids, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
So let's get into it.
All right. Hi, Gas.
Sure, why not? Why not?
Fair enough. Ooh, that was a good one.
So, I guess we can start with the plot.
Yeah. Set it up. What are we going to be doing in like the Teal Mask? What's the story?
the Teal Mask, the first DLC of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The player will be chosen to take part in a school trip that is held each year in collaboration with another school. They'll be taken to the land of Kitakami, where a great mountain towers over the land and the people live at its base. It is a place of tranquil, natural expanses, featuring rice paddies and apple orchards. The trip seems to coincide with the festival regularly held in the village of Kitakami. Kitakami?
I would Kitakami. Yeah, that's how I'd
During the season, so the village is bustling with various street vendors and stalls. Players will meet new friends and Pokemon as they unravel the mysteries behind the folk tales that have been passed down in this land. So, from the trailers and shit that we've seen, and just by reading that, you can definitely tell this is in Asia somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly Japan, though.
I would say so. Because there's so much based off of like their folklore and just like events they have. Like I think I'm not saying like they do this exact event in Japan, but I know they have like these summer festivals that a lot of this stuff is based off of.
Yeah.
Like I know, getting ahead of myself here, but like Diplin is based off of like the sweet apples that they would have during these summer festivals.
Mm-hmm.
So very cool how they kind of, they've always been a master at like meshing like reality with like this,
Yeah. And I believe
like work of fiction.
I know like each of the Pokemon maps are based on a specific region in the real world.
Yeah, like real places.
And I believe the Scarlet and Violet ones were based in Spain.
Oh, okay.
That's why they had like all the Tauros and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, it makes sense. All like the kind of Spanish names. Fuecoco.
Yeah, exactly.
Quaxley.
So
That's Spanish.
interesting that this DLC is kind of based in Japan. Definitely a different take. I wonder where the Indigo disc is going to be placed.
I don't know.
I guess
know
it's still
going to
be
ocean, but like where at? Like what is that nearest?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too sure. But if these, no, I don't know. I really don't know. I was going to say if these schools have this event, maybe it's somewhere close, but that kind of contradicts it if you have Spain and Japan.
And we know we're going to get some Area Zero shit, so will it still like coincide? Is it like an island?
Yeah, I think that's
close?
Kind of like the not the gist, but like that's a center point, like a focus point for these DLCs. It's like the hidden secrets of Area Zero or something.
Yeah.
Part 1 and Part 2, and Part 1 is
Hidden treasures.
Hidden treasures of Area Zero, Part 1 and Part 2, and Part 1 is the Teal Mask. So somehow this is going to like lead down back to Area Zero.
Yeah.
But let's talk about, what is it, Kitakami?
Kitakami.
Like, we've seen trailers and gameplay of, like, showing off this area, and it looks really, like, beautiful. Like, it looks, like, exciting to explore. Are you stoked?
I'd say I'm pretty stoked. It's going to be hard to pull me away from Baldur's Gate, though, because I do not want to drop that game.
Yeah, and there's no 70-something hours only in Act 1. I was going to say, maybe you can finish in time, but there's no way. You'll be halfway through Act 2, maybe.
Yeah, definitely not rushing to do either.
And the thing is, like, we are so, up until now, where we're at in Act 1, like, we're pretty well-versed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we know, like, all the missions to do, everything you can do for experience, all the different ways to, like, approach it. But, like, Act 2 and 3, that's
completely unknown.
that's a complete mystery for us. But that's really exciting. Like, I don't even know what it's going to cover.
Yeah.
When are we going to get to Baldur's Gate?
Right.
But
yes. I am. Yeah, just from what we've seen in the trailers, the environment incredibly beautiful. I mean, if you've ever seen pictures or video of Japan, that's definitely one of the most beautiful places in the world, I'd say.
Yeah, it definitely is a place I would, love to visit.
Yeah.
Very soon. But yeah, maybe it can be, I feel like those two games will be pretty easy to balance, though.
Perhaps.
Like, if you're playing with friends, like, hey, let's play some Pokemon, come on over, we take pictures and stuff, do some shit. And it's like, all right, for the night, we're going to hop on Baldur's Gate. So I feel like it'd be
that's true.
Pretty easy to balance.
I feel like the thing that's...
It's like, get a few hours in on Pokemon, play 12 hours of Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
It's like a 30-70% ratio.
That's hilarious.
And very true.
Oh, yeah, for sure. God, that one session we did.
It was a 10-hour session.
It was
600
literally,
minutes.
yeah, it was literally 600 minutes that we played. But the thing that's like stopping me from being really excited for this DLC, I think, is that I need to get my Switch fixed. I need to replace the fucking fan in it.
And you've had that issue for a while now.
Yeah,
little while,
since I finished Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
I mean, I still had the issue then, but it was pretty annoying. But I just need to get it fixed, and yeah. But unfortunately, the fucking screws on the back are stripped.
It will still play, right? It's just...
Yeah, it'll still play, but it's loud as fuck, and I don't want it to blow out or like stop completely, and then my Switch gets overheated and internal components get fucked up, and then I got to buy a new Switch, and then I lose all my progress. So you know what I mean.
Not to mention your immersion with how loud it is.
Seriously, that shit is annoying.
Immersion.
Maybe the Switch 2 will release like before this comes out.
And real quick, apparently at Gamescom, developers got a first-hand look at the Switch 2.
And apparently it runs
cool.
really good with a new version, a souped-up version of Breath of the Wild.
Which is awesome.
Yeah,
so not going to stay on that for too long, hopefully. You know how our rants go.
Yeah.
But I imagine it looking the same, but just running a lot better. Maybe we don't have a locked 30 FPS, and that'd be sick. If it looks just as good as it does, but we get upwards of 60, that would be sweet.
That'd be great.
That would be. Maybe further draw distance. I can see that being a thing too. But that's cool. That's very cool that some people have got their hands on this. They've seen this. They've obviously been developing for this system already. So it's kind of cool to see how it performs in a first-hand look.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get the Steam Deck pretty much around the same size, and that thing can run Starfield. So if you can do that, you can definitely put something really good in the Switch.
I don't even think it's a matter of if we can do it, because obviously they can do it. They've done it with the Steam Deck. They could do even better. It's just, how do we do it at the price point we want?
Well,
how do we make it powerful enough to where it's stronger than the Switch? Obviously, it's not going to be a handheld PS5, but at the Nintendo price point.
So a Nintendo Switch is what, $300?
Pretty much, yep.
300 or 400, I want to say. I believe the starting price for the smallest hard drive or SSD, whatever, on a Steam Deck is $400.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the internal components are way more powerful.
Yeah.
So I feel like they can probably rationalize somewhere around, I'd say minimum it's going to be $400 for the Switch 2.
Yeah, which I mean,
probably with a free game.
Yeah. The price of, not that this is a flex, but the price of consoles, when you spend $3,000 or more on a PC,
yeah,
a $500 console, that's not
right.
It's
I
whatever.
mean, yeah, my graphics card is 2 fucking consoles. You know,
obviously the Switch 2 is not going to come out and be this is $500 to $600.
Yeah,
but if it did, I'd be a lot of people may not like that, but whatever. Here's my money.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think 400 would be more than fair.
I agree.
Yeah, especially if you're getting us something that starts to compete more with the PS5. Again, I don't think this is going to be a 4K system. I could be wrong, but PS5, probably by the end of its life cycle, we're going to be kind of pushing more of 8K stuff. At least that's what they've said.
Yeah.
Switch 2 is not going to be that, but I think it'll be able to compete a little more. It's not going to still have the same PS2 graphics.
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating
honestly,
a little bit. But
I don't even care if the Switch has the capability of running something like Starfield. I just care that I don't get fucking lag and frame drops in Pokemon.
Yeah, it's really, because their games are very stylized. They're not going for realistic games. Their IPs aren't that.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
very,
not.
cartoony, more stylized stuff. So I'm with you. It's more about the performance versus like the graphics.
I'm not trying to play AAA RPGs on a Switch. I could do that on my PlayStation. I could do that on my PC. Not a big deal to me.
And honestly,
I just care about Nintendo IPs.
I love like a good looking, realistic game. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like when we seen Crimson Desert, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Like beautiful looking game. Awesome. But any day of the week, I would take a stylized Zelda-esque game over it. Any day.
Mm-hmm.
I like that graphic style more. So, and that's what Nintendo's known for.
Exactly.
So, like, yeah, I would take that, just make the performance even better.
Yeah.
But yes.
All right, so back to Pokemon.
Back to Pokemon.
So we've seen in previous trailers, notably the Teal Mask and Indigo Disc, that we have the legendary Pokemon, the new ones, the Loyal 3 and
Ogerpon.
Well, we now know what the typings are and a little more insight on Ogerpon. So, Okie dogie is a poison fighting type. The color schemes speak for themselves, definitely in these, because he's green and black. So, poison fighting, looks like a fighter in just his stance. Monkey Dory is poison psychic. I didn't catch that at first. Okay,
What?
poison psychic. That's cool. Pheasantipity is poison fairy.
Which gets me hyped.
Yeah, that's dope.
I love fairy type.
That's an interesting combo because they cancel each other out.
That is interesting.
Well, I think, hold on, let me get this straight. I always got to like go back over the table back when I get into Pokemon because I never fully remember them.
I never. I mean,
There's 18 types and then all the subtypes and dual types, and then you have to kind of counterbalance all of them. It's a lot.
Yeah, I've never gotten to like the competitive aspect of Pokemon. So I never memorized.
I have a ton of respect for people that do like the video game Pokemon tournaments.
Oh yeah, because
they remember everything.
Like
they remember all the strats, all the moves. You really don't know how much goes into fucking Pokemon. Like that shit is deep, dude.
Well, especially when you have think about like the strategy in like a turn-based Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
Now make that Pokemon, but now you have over 1,000 of them. You know, like there's so much balancing you have to do. You obviously can't have this one god Pokemon that just destroys everything.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, you never see legendaries in tournaments and shit because they get fucked by average Pokemon with a sick build, you know?
No, I can't. I don't really get into the competitive aspect, but I've seen clips of like this guy destroying, just like this guy has a party of legendaries, so he thinks he's going to go in and just wipe the floor. Yeah. But this dude is fucking murking with a shuckle.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just crazy.
Dude, I've
seen a Bidoof like fucking murk people.
I think one of the meta Pokemon when Scarlet and Violet came out was a Murkrow. If you can imagine that. Yeah. Just sweeping teams.
And it's crazy because like people know like all the abilities.
Yeah.
So when like they're like, hey, this ability is returning, or this Pokemon's going to be this type and have this ability, they automatically know like, oh, I can do this, this build, this will go with this.
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy.
Like I don't have the capacity in my head to remember all of that.
Yeah.
So a ton of respect for that.
It's really neat how like, because some people absolutely love that. That's why they love Pokemon. They love that competitive aspect. I love that there's so many different reasons why you can love Pokemon. Because like I like the battling, but I like just the solo campaign. I want to go through the story. Like obviously I don't have to know everything to be able to beat the champion, beat the Elite Four.
Yeah.
You know? I just love like Pokemon's awesome. These are cool looking creatures. You know, we talked about it last episode how like 90s animation was all about like the monsters and transforming.
Right.
Like that's what we grew up with, so that's what we love. Like that's what I love about Pokemon.
Yeah, there really is a ton. Because some people only like the anime. Some people only like the video games. Some people only like the cards. Some people like all of it.
Some people probably are just like, I only read the manga.
Some people only look up Rule 34 Pokemon. I mean,
somebody out there.
To each their own.
Yeah. There's many reasons to love Pokemon.
Anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
So we have the loyal 3. We have their typings now. And there are leaked pictures online what their shiny forms look like. Although they're not that great. They're very...
None of them are like, that's sick.
I think the Pheasantipity one is the best.
That's good, because that's my favorite of them.
But they're all pretty mid. There's nothing drastic.
Did you figure out if Poison and Fairy... Because I remember that's how we got on that topic. You were trying to think if they...
I think Poison is nullified to Fairy types, so Poison does not hurt them at all. And I think it's super effective against Poison. Fairy is. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
So that is interesting.
Yeah.
Do we have any other Poison Fairy type Pokemon?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because that would be pretty cool. Like, I don't know if they have it set up to where...
Morpeko? Is he Poison Fairy? No, he's dark.
Oh.
I think.
Oh, I thought Morpeko was electric.
Morpeko. Am I thinking of the right one?
Because there's 2 versions. It's like Marnie's.
Oh, you might be right.
Morpeko has like that mean-looking dark version, but then like the kind of Pikachu-esque.
I was thinking it was Fairy for some reason. I think you're right. I think you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, but off the top of my head, I don't know if there is another Poison Fairy.
That would be cool if we have the first one.
Yeah.
I really don't know either.
So Ogerpon.
Ogerpon.
So from what we've seen, he's only got the one mask. But we've got some leaks, some juicy ones.
Are you about to tell me he has more than one mask?
Well, we didn't even know it was a mask, technically.
Yeah, that is true.
But it is. So that was...
and we seen him without the mask.
Mm-hmm.
And he is cute.
Yeah.
He is adorable.
Little cutie. Looks very menacing with the masks on.
Especially a name like that, Ogerpon. You're thinking, oh man, this is a fucking badass Pokemon right here.
Pretty much.
He's like, but he's actually really cute underneath the mask.
Yeah, so we got Ogerpon and the Teal Mask, which is the one that they kind of debuted him with.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is a Wellspring Mask, which is Teal Mask is Ghost Grass typing. With a Wellspring Mask, it's a Ghost Water type. The Hearth Flame Mask is a Ghost Fire, and Cornerstone Mask is Ghost Rock. It's kind of interesting there. The Rock with the 3 main types.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of strange. Figured it'd be probably like something like Steel.
I was thinking like electric.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, that too.
Yeah,
that is weird.
Like that.
Yeah.
But again, like these images are out of what like all these masks look like, and I'm happy with all of them.
Yeah,
I think they
like
all look sweet, especially the Hearth Flame one.
Yeah.
It looks like that Japanese parade type dragon thing. Like I'm sure that's what they were going for. But
yeah, and then the Cornerstone kind of looks like a shield.
Yeah,
almost like what's his name? Bastiodon. Kind of looks like his head in a way.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But like what's the thing in Mario that like the big stone that kind of crushes?
Yeah.
Kind of looks like that and a mix with Bastiodon.
A Womp? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But everyone knows what we're talking about.
Then the Wellspring is kind of like a water droplet, kind of horizontal water droplet kind of looking.
I can't really picture that in my head at the moment, but I remember them all looking sweet.
But yeah, they're definitely cool.
Honestly, I'm a sucker for, not that I'm like the biggest like ghost type Pokemon fan, but when anything is like a ghost, it's a dual type and it's ghost something else, I'm like, dude, that's just so fucking cool.
Yeah, I agree.
That is so cool.
Yeah, ghosts are pretty cool Pokemon. So, we've got some more Pokemon.
New Pokemon.
New. Got that new.
Got that new.
These aren't leaks, at least a couple of them. They have been announced.
Oh, yeah,
officially.
These are like official.
So we got Dipplin, a new evolution for Applin. Dipplin is a worm-like Pokemon who lives inside of an apple and is similar in appearance to its pre-evolution, Applin, in contrast to its other evolutions. Unlike Applin, however, Dipplin appears to comprise a pair of separate bodies. The head and tail visible outside of Dipplin's apple appear to belong to 2 different creatures. This is very interesting.
This is interesting.
I wonder where this is going to go, if they have something else in plan with this.
I just wonder if it's going to be more so Pokemon animations.
Those are going to be cool.
You know, like I don't know if they're going to go along more on the lines of like, hey, there's actually 2 creatures in here, and then that kind of plays some way in the combat, or if it's just going to be like, you know, if you watch the Pokemon, they have different animations.
Mm-hmm.
If you'll see like this other creature poking its head out type thing and then going back in. Like, I don't know if it'll just be strictly animation or if they're going to go more into that.
I was thinking maybe they would like add Dipplin as a evolution to Applin and then give it a 3rd evolution as a surprise.
Ooh.
Which would be pretty
dope. That would be cool. Or they use it as like some type of move where the apple kind of leans forward and then ping, like it gets shot. One of the creatures gets shot, like kind of Dragapult type thing.
Yeah, because I know Flapple and Appleton both have like their own signature moves.
Well, I think
Apple.
I think Dipplin has a signature move. I don't know if it deals with that, but I want to say there is a signature move. I don't know if I have it down.
I think you're right. I did read about that. You're right. You're entirely right. So both of Dipplin's bodies are light green with a yellow-green underside. The main head of Dipplin has 2 large yellow leaf-like eye stalks containing 2 small black eyes and a tall, thin protrusion similar to a horn or an antenna. The tail that sticks out from Dipplin's rear has 2 leaf-like features on it. The pair that composes Dipplin's works together inside their shared apple. They are capable of producing syrup, which they use to coat their apple in layers. This syrup has a fragment scent that captivates Dipplin's opponents. They can use the syrup to engulf their opponent and hinder them. Little slimy motherfucker.
Yep, little slimy
Sticky.
boy. So it's like, kind of like a play on a candied apple.
Yeah. And this is describing the normal one, but we have seen the shiny to that too, and it's like all yellow. So
which
it looks
I think
like honey.
is cool.
Yeah.
Or just, I feel like it's easy if you have like an apple Pokemon, it's easy to do a shiny because there's just so many variants of apples. Yeah. Just choose another one.
True.
So it chose, I'm guessing something kind of like a Golden Delicious, where it's more of like a yellow gold apple.
Which are the best?
Honestly, Golden Delicious, that's my favorite apple. Is that your favorite apple?
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, because they're softer and they're juicier.
Yeah, they're so fucking good.
Yeah. Bussin'.
Bussin'.
It's been a long time since I had one though.
Yeah, same. They're hard to find.
Yeah.
Like you see like the Granny Smith, you see the Fuji all the time, but yeah, you barely ever see the Golden Delicious.
Fucking whack ass.
It's a shame,
apples.
man. Fucking shame.
For real. All right, so Poltergeist, an entirely different species. According to an old tale, Poltergeist was born from the regrets of an old tea master who was obsessed with perfecting the art of the tea ceremony that he drove away everyone around him. Poltergeist is more active at night than during the day, prowling around towns and their outskirts. By day, Poltergeist dwells in cool, dark places, usually in old houses, which is its favorite. Poltergeist tends to scatter its matcha powder on people and food. If someone touches or ingests the powder, they will notice their skin apparently glowing for a brief moment before they fall unconscious as their life force is sapped away by the powder for Poltergeist to use as its energy. It is capable of draining energy in this way from many people at once. Another behavior exhibited by Poltergeist is its strong tendency to repair broken objects and seal cracks by filling them in with its matcha. That is a fucking dark-ass Pokédex entry.
And I love that it's like, like when you beat a Pokemon, oh, the Pokemon's unconscious. Like, no, that just describes it's fucking killing people.
Yeah, it's literally just going around killing people.
Yeah.
There's a soul of a dead person that loves tea, and he's just going around killing people.
Yeah, I will say because there was like a big reveal trailer for this Pokemon for Poltergeist, and it was a really weird trailer. Like, I don't know how I feel about the particular lore and just how it adds up with how this Pokemon was like formed, but it's still cool that they took the steps to they went there, that there is like lore for how this Pokemon came to be.
Yeah, and
But it
this
is weird.
this has an evolution also. Or actually, this is the evolution, right?
Yeah, so it has a pre-evolution.
Yeah, so the pre-evolution is Sinischa.
Sinischa.
So like Sinistea, and then Sinischa, Sinismacha, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
And again, this is not like a regional form. This is an entirely different species.
Yeah, like you had mentioned, it was similar to like Toadscruel.
Yeah, Toadscruel, Wiglet,
Yeah,
Wug Trio.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I'd say the coolest one of the leaks so far is Blood Moon Ursaluna.
If you like Digimon, you'll like this one. Definitely
Yeah.
gives me at least Digimon vibes.
So it looks like Ursaluna, although it's like zombie-esque, and it has like a blood moon on its forehead.
Yeah, so it has like a big blood moon on its forehead, and imagine if like Ursaluna, like kind of rolled around in mud,
Mm-hmm.
but that mud is kind of like hardened to almost like a steel type thing.
Yeah.
What gives it that like kind of zombie-esque look.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks sweet. It looks sweet. And I thought it was really interesting that because we've been watching the Austin John plays, is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
And that's his favorite Pokemon,
Yeah.
Ursaluna.
That is interesting.
That is really interesting because he's like huge Nintendo guy in general, but like a huge Pokemon guy.
Yeah.
And Ursaluna is still relatively a new Pokemon. Like it's only been out for a couple years now.
Yeah.
Or going on
literally.
a couple years.
Yeah, not
So
even.
I'm just curious, like previously, what was his favorite? You know, maybe he's always just been like a Teddy Ursa ring guy.
That it could be it.
Yeah.
So I'd say Ursaluna is much better looking than Ursa Ring.
And do we know?
But Ursa Ring's still cool as fuck.
Ursa Ring's pretty cool.
Not a shiny. Not a shiny.
I was gonna say I don't like it's
That
like
thing
a
is
lime
ugly as
green.
fuck.
Yeah, I don't like it. I wonder if Blood Moon Ursaluna has the same shiny as Ursaluna. It's just
That's a good question because it's like an orange
Yeah,
hue.
it's like a reddish orange. It's definitely more vibrant. It's not the brown. It's
Yeah.
like a kind of red.
It's like a clay brown almost.
Because I don't play too much Pokemon Go, but that is a shiny I do have.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yeah.
So the
Don't have
Dex
many.
entries. The Scarlet Dex entry is it crossed the sea and drifted ashore in a new land. Surviving in this place led it to take on a unique appearance and gain special powers. So from previous games, we've only seen this in Pokemon Arceus. Pokemon Go too, but that don't really count.
It from the Hisui region. Yes.
So somehow it's gotten to Scarlet and Violet and Paldea. Well, technically, I guess Catacomb. Catacoma? What is it?
Kitakami.
Kitakami. Yeah.
Kitakoma?
The Violet Dex entry says the special Ursaluna can see in the dark with its left eye and protects itself with mud that is as hard as iron. So this is a steel ground type, I believe.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and its ability.
Oh yeah. Ability, Mind's Eye.
This is neat.
The Pokemon ignores changes to opponent's evasiveness. Its accuracy cannot be lowered, and it can hit ghost types with normal and fighting type moves. That sounds so fucking OP.
Like
dude.
I was gonna say, that's again not in like the competitive scene, but that's a pretty big deal, right?
Yeah.
Like to be
That's
able to hit
huge.
the ghost types with like normal and fighting. Like that's that's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, that's
I'm
massive.
sure Austin's like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, I guarantee this will be used in tournaments and shit.
Nice.
All right.
Love that for him.
So, in this DLC, they blessed us with some multiplayer shit
Bless
and
up.
some
Bless up, baby.
and some single player shit.
Which
So,
is
new
awesome.
activities.
Nice.
Timeless Woods. During your adventure in the hidden treasures of Area 0 Part 1, the Teal Mask, you encounter Perrin, a young woman who is visiting Kitakami in hopes of encountering and photographing
Honest mistake.
a certain Pokemon. Your search for this mysterious Pokemon will take you into the Timeless Woods, a place where the people of Kitakami rarely tread. With Perrin by your side, you'll be able to take snapshots of Pokemon in the area as you seek out the mysterious Pokemon together. And Chris also digs this girl.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. What's her name? Perrin?
Yeah.
She kind of a baddie. There's some images online. Actually, I think official images like on Pokemon websites and stuff of her. And she looks of age, y'all. Just by that, I mean, like, they always introduce, like, these
Yeah.
waifus, but, you know, they're like obviously like high school girls, but this is like some like all kind of goth looking chick in ways.
What was the one that you really liked? She was the second one in the Elite Four in Scarlet Violet.
I didn't like anyone. No.
Yeah, it was the like really really short one.
Fuck no. Fuck no. Larry? I like Larry.
I mean, Larry's a badass.
No, but that was it's shame on me for even knowing her name. Her name's Poppy.
Poppy, that's
and
right.
I know that just because they brought her over to like the card game, like she has an official card. But yeah, Gita sucked.
Yeah.
Poppy sucked. Larry, he's just kind of a meme at this point. But
I don't even remember
Larry
the first
okay.
one's name. It was like the
the really
non-binary
skinny
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember their name. They were pretty cool though.
Yeah.
I kind of like them.
I mean, I'd say as a total they were all pretty cool, but yeah, definitely not no baddies on that lineup. Not at all.
But again, what's her name? Perrin?
Perrin,
She looks like a baddie. And gosh, I forgot
pretty
her
cute
name.
design.
But this DLC introduced a new teacher. That's kind of like leading this whole thing. She was a baddie too.
I ain't never been with a baddie.
I don't know the rest. No.
Getting some
so this
weeb shit in here.
Yeah, seriously. My apologies. But this I'm excited for.
Yeah, because
it's
it's
going to be cool.
Essentially, or what is it called? Pokemon Snap. Yeah.
So, we're able to, like take pictures of Pokemon for like an actual like missions and quests and stuff. I just hope that it will be, because like that can be
fluid.
really cool or that can be really fucking boring.
Yeah. Well,
if it's like, hey, I
mean,
want a Sudowoodo, a picture of a Sudowoodo, give me a picture of a Sudowoodo.
Like they have a camera in the base game, but it's trash.
Yeah, but if I have to like do something in particular to get the Sudowoodo to do a certain pose, and then I got to get that picture, like that's cool. Like that's what I want.
I'm hoping they add some stuff. Like you have to have a specific item, and he'll just like strike a pose or do a certain move, something like that. Yeah,
I love that.
That'd
I love that
really
animation when you like see the Sudowoodo and it's like, oh, I'm a tree.
I love
when
that.
in reality, isn't he like a rock?
Yeah,
that's like just like supposed to look like a tree. But then I think of Arceus when you see him, and he's just like
he just stands.
Gotta go. He's fucking fast as fuck,
dude. He's so funny. He's so funny.
I've always liked Sudowoodo.
Yeah,
I think that
he needs an evolution.
I was gonna say, I think that's one that obviously, well, not obviously. Who knows? They could, but I think in like the next game or two, he's someone that we are gonna see get an evolution at some point.
That'd be cool.
I feel it.
Or even a regional form would be cool because you could do any fucking tree.
Yeah, seriously. I wish that he was one of those Pokemon there that had like variants, like just different trees. You have that butterfly.
I know you have a Villion
that has like 30 something. There's like so many different variants.
Yeah, do like a Weeping Willow fucking Sudowoodo. How sick would that be?
You can just have a Sudowoodo with like every type of like flower color or something, like
literally.
or if you
perfect time to do this is the Japan one where you could do the Sakura trees.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, dude, that would be beautiful.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely beautiful. Or didn't like the older Pokemon games introduce like seasons throughout the story? Like the seasons would change and shit?
Plead the fifth.
I thought they did. Like I'm talking like the handheld ones.
Yeah, well I know they tracked like calendar days and shit like that.
I thought they did seasons, but even if they didn't, like that would be a cool thing to introduce.
Mm-hmm.
And like maybe the flowers on like the tree would like bloom and like wilt and like die depending on the season. Like that would be so cool.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have to introduce that to every other Pokemon and how it affects them. So there is a lot of work that goes with it.
Yeah.
Like I get it. But that would be really sick to see.
That is
either come into Pokemon or come back if they did previously do that.
Mm-hmm.
But all that to say, like, I am stoked on this. If they do it right, this could be so much fun. Like, if you're like, hey, this is the quest, here's the mission, I just need 10 pictures of these Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have it to where, like, I may have a quest, but then I can get pictures of every Pokemon and get certain points for turning that in. Like, that would be cool. Give me incentive to, like, want to take pictures of Pokemon and get different poses or animations. Like, That would be fun.
Yeah.
Because then you have like
Like
a whole
Arceus
new
style
game
tasks.
in the game.
Yeah.
Because like Pokemon Snap is a game itself, and like that's fun, and it's very different to like the normal Pokemon games. But if we have that in the game, then that could be really cool. That could be like a really cool mini game to like play with friends. Like, hey, I haven't been able to find this Pokemon. You want to come into my game and help me find him? Do this animation.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is the last Pokemon I need to get, type thing. Like I could see that being really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm excited for that. But speaking of like multiplayer and like things you could do with your friends, what do we got next?
Yeah, so previously in Scarlet and Violet, there wasn't like a whole lot you could really do in multiplayer, as we kind of presumed going into this game. We were like, oh yeah, it's gonna be cool to like ride around with your friends and like go catch Pokemon, battle shit. But realistically, there wasn't really too much.
We were really, because I remember us talking about it a bunch before the game came out. We were just really hoping, like, man, it'd be so sweet if they added a bunch of mini games and you can actually do shit with friends.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just like an Animal Crossing type thing, like, hey, come to my game and check out what I have type thing. But we are getting like a mini game.
Yeah.
That
can be 1 to 4 players.
Yeah, and there's apparently like difficulty tiers and stuff.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
All right, so it's going to be called Ogre Bussin'.
Ogre Bussin'.
No, it's called Ogre Oustin'. You'll be able to try your hand at Ogre Oustin' with up to 3 other players online or local wireless connection. Try using teamwork to take on harder difficulty levels together, for example. Some players could focus on popping faraway balloons, while others drive off the greedy Pokemon that come after the berries you've gathered. The reward for finishing the minigame is Mochi.
So like my first thought was like, and it's nothing like it, but like Pokemon Unite, where you got some people defending, you got some people going out to get stuff. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And if you were having like, and again, this is like the first like dedicated mini game for like multiplayer on Scarlet and Violet, the only one. So I wonder if there's actually some good depth to it. You know, like obviously what I want is multiplayer, and we have like all these mini games to play, almost like stadium-esque.
Yeah.
You know, like that's would be fun. But if you have like one game that has like a lot of depth, like I'm not mad at that either.
Rocket League.
Game that's always kind of fun to come back to. Like, that would be sweet.
Yeah, and I'm hoping, because this is the only one that we know about so far. Hoping there's multiple, or at least some in the next DLC.
Yes, I can see them doing that.
Yeah.
I can see there at least being like maybe one for each, but that would be cool if they were, you know, withholding some information and there's like more.
I mean, I guarantee they're going to be holding
like,
back some.
When you think of like a festival, almost like a fair.
Exactly.
Vendors, like there's a bunch of games.
Yeah.
You know, not just one game. There's usually a bunch of games.
Like, let me do a claw machine.
Even that, even little things like that I feel like would be relatively easy to like program and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, give me that. Give me like little figures I can like win and like
let me
decorated
satiate
area or something.
Let me satiate my hereditary gambling problem.
Yes. I mean, Pokemon is very gambly-esque with like the cards and stuff.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, dude, you get on Whatnot, it is nothing but a fucking gamble fest.
Yeah, that's true.
You will lose some money. Not speaking from experience.
Yeah. Do we have notes on Mochi?
Yes, I think I touch on it later, but if not, I remember what it does.
Okay, I have it here.
Okay.
So Mochi comes in 7 types and can be used to increase the base points of a Pokemon's stats by 1, while the 7th type, the Fresh Start Mochi, can be used to reset all stats on a base Pokemon, or a Pokemon's base stats. So it essentially works as like the what were those things called?
I was trying to think of what they were called. Berries. It's a type of berry.
You can do berries, or you can do like the
there's
the other power ups, but they're fucking expensive.
There's several ways, because the power ups they go up faster, like by 10 or something.
Mm-hmm. But they're very expensive. I think like 10K each or some shit.
Yeah. If only there was a dupe glitch where you could make a shit ton of money in this game.
You know,
and you didn't have it updated to where you could still do it.
Literally,
and you still had Koraidon in your party, if only.
Like 30 seconds ago, I was thinking about that, and I was like, damn, we're going to have to update for this DLC.
Oh, you think they'll patch it?
Oh yeah, that shit's been patched.
But
introducing this would probably spawn a new one.
But so it's been patched, but what if you still have like all that shit set up in your party?
I mean, you could do it now and probably set yourself up with a shit ton of money. Yeah,
you can still set yourself up.
You just can't download the patch yet.
And realistically, like,
but you probably
I still have a ton of money.
Yeah, you probably are good.
Yeah, because I think I have a lot of those items that I can then sell.
Mm-hmm.
So I held on to a bunch.
Yeah, that was just good for building like teams for raids and shit. So I mean, it's not like you need to grind money.
It's crazy, like how long things took in the past to like what it takes now. Like you can create a whole team of level 100s, perfect stats and everything in like a day, just like a few hours, where it would take weeks, months to do that in the past.
Seriously. Yeah.
Oh man,
we've come a long way.
Yeah, but that was, like it was probably arguably more enjoyable back then.
Oh,
it was more rewarding.
I mean, as a kid, you're doing nothing but playing the game. You have no responsibilities, really.
Yeah.
Aside from maybe homework or chores. So, what else you got to do?
Yeah.
Then fucking run around on Emerald and just grind Pokemon all day.
Yeah. It was probably also much more fulfilling and rewarding to come across a shiny back then. Yeah. Nowadays it's... You can, if you take your time, you can get like 20 shinies.
Yeah, you get that. You get that like 5 seconds of adrenaline. Like, fuck yeah, I got a shiny, and then it's just gone.
Yeah, back in the day, you were just fucking flipping out.
Holy fuck!
Which I never experienced that. I didn't even get my first shiny till Arceus. Yeah, but hey, I love my boy Crobat. Yep. Good ass shiny.
See, we can connect there. My first one was Zubat.
Well, my first one was Zubat.
Well, yeah,
but I just kind of label it as Crobat.
Yeah, exactly. Your boy.
Crobat's
fuck a Zubat, honestly.
Fuck a Zubat, fuck a Golbat. I kind of like Golbat, but Crobat is dope.
You ever seen a Golbat with his mouth shut?
I have, and it is really weird.
All right, so yeah, the Mochi basically acts as those power-ups, but you can now play a mini game for them. Which will make it more fun and enjoyable to actually train Pokemon.
Yeah, incentive. So it's like, hey, come to my game. We're going to level up some Pokemon, but we're going to do that by playing this game. We're going to power up our Pokemon.
Exactly.
Going to play some freaking Ogre Oustin. Get a whole day of Ogre Oustin, baby.
Yep. So next we have new mass outbreak events. Limited time mass outbreak events differ from a normal mass outbreak in which the same species of a Pokemon will appear in multiple mass outbreaks for a limited time, not the entire 24-hour scene with a typical mass outbreak. Will this change how shiny hunting was done in Scarlet and Violet?
Yeah, that was when I was typing that up, I was just trying to pose some questions, and I'm just thinking, like, because now, it's been a while since I played Scarlet and Violet, so I don't remember the exact method, but I know you had to, like, it was either save, make a sandwich, or make a sandwich, save.
It was
go to
save,
the outbreak,
make a sandwich, then go to the outbreak. Yeah.
Then you kill like 50.
I think it was 30 to 60. I think was like somewhere like around there.
Knock out 60 Pokemon and then just have them spawn, look for a shiny.
And then you had a 1 in 300 chance or some crazy shit.
Yeah, it was wild. A lot of times really easy, but so yeah, I don't know if this will change that at all. I'm not too sure. But it's a good question either way.
Well, you'll be happy to hear that the first one is a shitty shiny.
But a lovely Pokemon.
Now, actually, the shiny could be better, but it's kind of cool. It's got green.
It's like green, like tips type of thing.
Yeah. So the first mass outbreak event will feature Clefairy running from Thursday, September 28th to Sunday, October 1st. It appears that the full moon calls to Clefairy, causing them to gather en masse.
And that's exciting because... So I like that it's going to be, timed. So these will be events, kind of like the 7-star raid events and stuff. And that's more appealing to me. I like the event, the raid battles, but, I'm more into this if it's, a mass outbreak event. And
definitely more fun because you do one raid, get the Pokemon, you're done.
And this one is kind of a fun one because I think it's like a full moon event, so
Mhm.
you get to see the Clefairy dancing and stuff and interacting with the world, which is another reason why
Yeah,
I love Pokemon.
I'm hoping they like do a lot more with this.
Yeah, it's not just a bunch of scattered Clefairy just kind of
The whole map is
just
Clefairy.
nodding. You know, it'd be cool if there's like a full moon, it's really pretty, and there's just a bunch of them huddled together, and they're
Mhm.
all just kind of dancing in sync. Maybe a Clefable in the middle of them leading them. Fucking choir or something. I don't know. Fairy, fairy.
Oh, dude, they add the fucking stadium minigame.
Oh, dude. That
I
would
feel
be
like that'd be so
dope.
easy to do.
I know. Just like completely remake the minigames. They're exactly the same, just like updated graphics, and just put that in this game.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
For the Stadium 1 and 2 minigames. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we got a little more on that.
another thing I seen, or did I type it out?
Yeah, you got it here.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So while you can encounter Clefairy during your adventures at Kitakami, the setting for the Teal Mask, you normally can't find Clefairy in the Paldea region. During this event, however, you may find mass outbreaks of Clefairy there. It seems that in these special mass outbreaks, you'll be more likely to encounter Clefairy with the upbeat mark. They must be in high spirits from basking in the moonlight. Make your way around Kitakami in the Paldea region and catch lots of Clefairy.
So there's a couple takeaways there. So obviously with the mass outbreaks, like a chase is like, hey, this is an easier way to get shinies.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have a chase of like these marks, these titles. So I think that's cool. I think they're making the titles more of a thing now. Like it's more of a chase. So the chase would be a shiny with that title. I'm guessing. Like that's like almost like bragging rights. Like, hey, you got a shiny, but what title you got? You know, type of thing. So that's cool. There's like another element to it.
You got a fucking unmarked shiny, you fucking loser.
I know, seriously. Like, oh, you bought that off of fucking eBay.
Yeah.
You got someone's fucking account. Get out of here. And fucking, gosh, I want it so bad. But Ken, remember he caught that alpha shiny Clefable in Arceus.
Yeah, dude.
So when you bring that over, it'll be a shiny and have that like alpha mark. So
dude.
that's fucking cool.
Oh, I have a fucking shiny alpha. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, you did. Yeah, the Infernape.
Infernape, yeah.
God, dude, I was so jealous of that.
That shit was so random.
That shit was so, because he literally spawns in one spot.
Literally one spot.
Yeah. So like the odds of that are fucking, yeah, like astronomical again.
Yeah.
I have I think I can't remember if I had any more, but I know I had one shiny alpha golem, which was pretty,
I
which
remember
was pretty
that.
cool because he's kind of golden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
he
not,
could have blown
mad
up.
at that. He could have, yeah, I'm not mad at that. But what was the other takeaway? Oh, so when we heard about like the new Pokemon coming to like the DLC and stuff, it kind of left the question of, are these new Pokemon just coming to Kitakami, these DLC areas, or is this going to be in like the vanilla Scarlet and Violet game? But this leads me to believe that it's just going to be in Kitakami.
Yeah, I think all of these are going to be mainly based in Kitakami. Although I believe that some will be scattered in between like raids and like special, like not special events, but like say for instance you have like you can go out catch a Vulpix, but you have to trade that Vulpix for a Alolan Vulpix or vice versa. So maybe there's like a snowy area, you go catch some Alolan Vulpix.
Oh,
you know
like,
what I mean?
I know they did that in Arceus.
Right.
Where you could get the Alolan Vulpix, but you had to like trade or do something to get it. Things like that, and now we know mass outbreaks.
Yep.
They will bring Pokemon that aren't in the vanilla game over to it through these timed events.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Yeah, so it's
They have to give incentive to buy the DLC.
exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, you get these Pokemon in your Scarlet and Violet if you get the DLC. And it's probably going to be a $19.99 per or like a $39.99 for like both DLCs, which easily worth it. You're gonna get.
I mean, yeah.
I guarantee if you like do everything you can, you play with friends, you do all like the timed events, you're gonna have hundreds of more hours in this game. So like, easily worth it. Just pay the $40. Don't complain.
Yeah. Give Nintendo your money, motherfucker.
Seriously, again.
They
seem
deserve
to take
it.
it every fucking month.
We have Ambassador Mario over here. Come on. Give him your money.
You're literally giving Bowser your money. Because the guy that like
Yeah.
leads it, he's like, I think his last name's Bowser.
How ironic is that?
So I'm sure that played a part in his hiring. Because there was probably multiple people applying.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you have the last name Bowser, like, come on, that had to have played a part.
For sure.
Like, if you had the last name Kong or something, like, you get some points for that.
Yeah. That is such a random fucking thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, you do have, okay, so Diplin's move is on here.
Okay.
Diplin has a new move that's introduced with it called Syrup Bomb. And, okay, that's all you got. All right, never mind. But Syrup Bomb.
Sorry. Some of it I was just kind of copying.
No, that's cool.
But hey, you can't say we didn't reference it. We didn't mention it. What does Syrup Bomb do? Don't know. It's out there though.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, you could look it up real quick if you want to. But so we have Diplin's Syrup Bomb. I guarantee it's gonna do some type of damage.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go into Sinistra. That would have been a good segue. I guarantee.
Oh no. I'm not. Nah, I'm not on top of it like that.
Oh, okay.
But do I have Poltergeist? Doesn't he have a special move as well?
I don't see it here.
Oh, that was weird.
What?
That I wouldn't have included that. Because I guarantee he has a signature move.
You kind of hits it in the dex entry a little bit, like it with the little powder, scattered powder or whatever.
One of them, I think it was one of those two that have kind of, because I remember Austin talking about it. It was kind of like one of those drain moves where it does damage and kind of heals you type thing. Maybe leaves them with some status effect.
Yep.
I guarantee it's one of those. It makes more sense for Poltergeist to have a move like that.
Yeah. Life force drain.
Yeah. Something like that. But yeah, this area, this chunk was just kind of going over new stuff. So we went over some of like the new games, stuff you're going to be able to experience. We have the new moves, and now I think we're on the abilities.
Yep. Yes. So a new 19th Terra type is being introduced.
Right. Yeah. Added that in last sec.
So we don't really have a lot of information on this, although we know that they showed it in a couple of trailers with like with that new Pokemon. What the fuck was it called? Terapagos or something? Terapagos. Yeah. And why am I blanking on that name? Baxcalibur was using this in their terrestrialized form.
Yes. So there was speculation of what this would be. Like, I heard something along the lines of, like, this will allow you to use any type.
Oh. Okay.
But I thought you had told me that. Did you not tell me that?
I may have, but my first thought was this is basically going to be just every type at once.
Oh, well, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But in a way that wouldn't make sense, because if you're nullifying one type, wouldn't that just, like, counterbalance all the other ones to where it just wouldn't do any damage?
Well, that's kind of what I was getting at, because that's what I thought. I thought it was going to be, if I use this attack, no matter what type you are, it's, this is going to be critical, because you're weak to it. But in those Baxcalibur screenshots, we seen Baxcalibur using this 19th Terra type against a Dragonite, and it showed his moves, and the move he was going to use was like Terra Blast or something, but it was the move that utilized this 19th Terra type, and it was just effective, whereas some of his other moves were super effective. So if it utilized every type, you would think that it would have been another super effective move, but it was not. So I have no clue. I don't know if it's out there. I have no clue what this is going to be.
I feel like it will probably be of your choosing, but once you choose one, it's probably locked in. So say your Baxcalibur is at the head of your party, you're battling, you have a Dragonite on the other side, you're trying to take this Dragonite out, so you either choose Dragon or Ice. You choose dragon, and it's locked into dragon until you're out of that battle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like it's something like that.
Either something like that, or imagine this. So, like, you use Terra Blast, but after you use that attack, it allows you to change your Terra type. Or you're able to change Terra type on the fly, but you have to, like, waste a turn to do it.
But it's called Terra Blast, so that, like, kind of in...
Yeah, I have no clue. Maybe,
that would be interesting.
Maybe this is something that is, like, still unknown.
Yeah. I mean, there could be way more to it, so...
It's got to be something like that, though, because you're obviously not adding a new type.
Right.
You know?
It's just, like, all of them combined in some form.
Yeah.
We just don't really know. Well, that's my speculation. Something like around that.
Yeah, it literally could be something small to where it's like, where, like, if you have the Terra type of your same type, it kind of, like, doubles your power.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is something that doesn't necessarily double your power, but it gives you, like, it makes it more powerful, but also makes moves you're weak to a little less effective. So it gives a little on both sides. Like, I have no clue.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out, which is nice. It's like, I like the leaks and stuff, but it's nice when things are still kind of covered in mystery.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking about, I can't remember the context of why I was thinking this, but I was thinking about it the other day, and I'm like, that's one of the reasons why, like, gaming and just stuff hit harder back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Because nothing was, like, spoiled. There was no way for it to be spoiled for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was no leaks. Like, we had internet, obviously, but, like, people weren't leaking shit. Like,
yeah.
Everything was kind of, like, everything had that layer of, like, mystery to it.
Yeah.
And that just made things exciting. Like, imagine experiencing Scarlet and Violet, like, if we didn't know anything about what the new Pokemon look like and stuff. Like, that would make it hit harder.
Exactly.
But it's hard because when there's a leak, like, I can't just be like, nah.
I think the difference between that...
I want to know. I want to know what it looks like, but, like, it would admittedly hit harder if I didn't look into it.
The leaks are, like, quite literally a leak. Like a leaky faucet, like this drip of dopamine with these leaks.
Tease. Yeah, a little.
Yeah. And then say you go into it just fully blind, it's like a fucking punch of it. Just holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Monkey
Dory was a monkey?
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
But
yeah, and then they put in these trailers out, so it's like, it just, kind of spoiling it there.
Yeah, with the trailers, but I mean, again,
so
like, everything that's in, like, the trailer, like, it's like a lot of it's already been leaked, so, like, we kind of knew about it, or, like, knew what some of them look like type thing, Yeah. But some of them were fresh, like the Archaludon.
Oh yeah.
Like, I didn't know anything about that. Like, that was really cool. I think I still like Duraludon a little more.
I think I do.
But and speaking of that, again, not really in the competitive scene, but I think I seen a post on it, made me think about it. That one, what is that one? I don't know if it's an ability. I think it's an item that you can give a Pokemon that has an evolution, but if it stays basic type, it, like, doubles something. Everstone?
Yeah.
Wouldn't Duraludon be pretty OP with an Everstone? I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, damn.
That is very true.
Because he's already, like, a pretty strong Pokemon.
Yeah.
Now he has an evolution, but to make him even stronger with that. What does it do? What does Everstone do?
I can't say exactly, but it definitely, like, raises their power a significant amount.
I mean, either way, yeah. What were we,
the 19th Terra type.
Oh, the 19th Terra type, and just being shrouded in mystery.
Yeah. So definitely cool that we're gonna, get to find that organically. I mean, all we have is our thoughts on it. So
yeah.
We have some abilities. The loyal 3 Pokemon share a new signature ability called Toxic Chain. Dipplin will also debut its signature ability, Super Sweet Syrup, while Poltergeist is revealed to have the signature ability, Hospitality. That's kind of weird coming from a Poltergeist.
Yeah, seriously. I guess I again probably should have figured out like what these do.
I mean, it's fine,
Obviously
but
change.
just knowing the dex entry from Poltergeist and having his signature ability, Hospitality. I mean, I get it because it's like tea and shit like that. That makes sense, but like draining the life force.
Are these because Hospitality, is that a new ability? That just sounds like something that would have already been a thing.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, okay. It's
So,
probably new because Super
new.
Sweet Syrup is probably new in the Toxic chain. I know the chain between the Loyal 3. I know that's some theme. So,
Yeah.
like, I think that's new as well. And with them being all partial poison types.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I'm kind of mad I didn't go into that further. But, yeah, that's their abilities.
So we have a couple new items introduced. One was the mochi, which we had already discussed, and the roto stick. Imagine that.
I did go into both of those. We discussed the mochi, but the roto stick, what does that do?
So the roto stick enables players to take photos with wider angles, with new poses, as well as directing Pokemon during photos. If taken during Union Circle sessions, players will be able to share photos with the other members of their group. Now that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool. The screenshots they showed off looked really neat.
Yeah.
Like what you can do with again, just being able to like move the Pokemon and kind of get them to do what you want to, get them to go where you want them to. That along with like the Timeless Woods missions. That would be cool if every Pokemon picture you take is like a selfie and they're just in like the background.
Yeah.
It counts.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something that I didn't think I would be excited for. But when I seen the screenshots, I was like, you know what? This is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it'll be
neat.
It's definitely going to add because, I mean, you already have the... I'm assuming you're probably going to have something similar to this in that, like, photography, like, mini game or mini adventure thingy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's pretty cool altogether.
Yeah.
And the roto stick is literally just a fucking selfie stick.
It's a selfie stick. Yeah, I mean, no doubt. It's just to get that wider angle. But it is allowing you to, again, you can now direct Pokemon and stuff in the photos. And maybe new poses. I don't know if that's just you or if you can give the Pokemon poses, because that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Just to see those animations with each Pokemon.
It definitely says directing Pokemon, so I guess we'll see about the poses with them.
Yeah.
Maybe you can make them... Maybe they'll give you some stuff to, like, make them do different things.
Yeah.
But it would be cool to, like, move them, like, individually somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe I take that back because now I'm just seeing people do some weird shit with Pokemon. But
well, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be very limited. But again, if this Pokemon's kind of walking around, he's now out of shot, it'd be nice to, like, move him in and almost, like, kind of freeze him there.
I see somebody just taking a fucking Machamp and a Vaporeon and, like...
3 Vaporeon. Gosh. You're a sicko.
That's true. So, that's cool. Trainers will also be able to stop by Kitakami Center and purchase new hairstyles, clothing items, and even picnicking supplies. Reports also trickled in that players will be able to rearrange their chairs during a picnic. Will this serve any purpose other than aesthetics for pictures, though?
Yes. So, I read that about like being able to rearrange chairs, and I was just like, this is really random. Like, this has to serve some purpose, right?
Right.
At least that's how my brain kind of thinks about it. I'm like, what is a reason? You give me headaches. That's what I thought of doing that to him. But yes, is this just for like, hey, we're all getting a selfie at the picnic, like let's rearrange the chairs, you sit there, or is there some purpose to it? You know, because we had this sandwich mechanic, and I don't know how this would even work into it, but my brain goes to, all right, we have the sandwich mechanic. If I have a party member, if I have like 3 other people in my parties and everyone's sitting down, maybe this will increase my shiny odds plus 5%. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking like this whole moving around chairs, like it has to serve some other purpose. Can the Pokemon sit in the chairs?
That would be cool.
That would be cool. But it could just be that it's aesthetic. You know, it could be purely aesthetic, and I'm just overthinking it like I overthink everything in life.
I mean, I feel like I feel like they're not going to do anything extreme with that, so it probably is just aesthetic.
Probably.
But we could be wrong. They could do something cool with it. Who knows?
Yeah, I guess we'll see. I think I am overthinking it, but it would be cool. It was just a random thing for them to throw out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like if I'm like kind of got my hands on the game and I'm just like giving you the scoop, I'm not going to mention that, even if I know like, hey, what? Well, you couldn't do this before. I can move around chairs. If I'm telling you about it, I'm not going to be like, oh, and you can move around chairs.
Yeah.
You know, it was just so random.
Maybe you can play musical chairs.
Mini game, another mini. Maybe. That would, like, again, I would love a bunch of little games, but that would be such a half-assed idea. If they're like, hey, we gave you musical chairs.
You just got a fucking Loudred and Jigglypuff doing the music.
Oh, if I get that animation of them, like, singing in the
Toxtricity.
background. Oh, dude, I would take it. I'll fucking take it.
Rillaboom.
So some of the most exciting news
Yes.
is that we are getting a bunch of Pokemon returning from old games to Kitakami.
Yeah.
And we have the full list, and there's some bangers.
Yeah. So I don't think we're gonna read all of them, but we can do.
Are you
some
able
of
to
our
move
yeah.
the screen?
We'll do some of our favorites.
Yeah.
That's
I'm gonna name off everyone I like. It could be all of them. Okay. So we get Ekans and Arbok. I say that because I'm starting to warm up to Arbok. Arbok is sweet.
I'm afraid of snakes.
Honestly, I'm not going to name off all of them. But we get Sandshrew, Sandslash, Alolan Sandshrew, and Sandslash. Like, how can you not like the Alolan forms especially?
Yep.
So fucking dope.
The Vulpix line, Alolan Vulpix line.
You know, you heard about Clefairy, so that obviously means Clefable.
Yeah, you pretty much get most of the Gen 1.
Yeah,
mainstream.
seriously. You get the Poliwrath line. You get the Victory Bell line. You get both forms of like the Geodude evolution line, the Alolan forms.
Yeah.
Wheezing, Galarian Wheezing. That's hype.
Yeah.
Shiftery. Get out of here.
Snorlax, that's cool.
Get the fuck out of here. I don't know who's asking for a Lumized, but
or Nosepass. Fucking Milotic, that's dope.
Oh, Milotic is sweet.
Duskull line.
Oh, that is sick.
Chingling, don't really care about that one. Mamoswine line. Dusknoir was for some reason not put with Dusclops. I guess because it's a Gen 4.
Oh,
but
yeah. That's fair.
White Stripe Basculin, which implies Basculegion. Or is it? I think the White Stripe is not the evolution.
Well, I think all the Hisuian Pokemon.
All the Hisuian, I believe, are in this game.
Yeah. So that is very sick.
Yes.
Very sick.
Not sure how they got there, but they are here.
Yeah, that would be really interesting to I wonder if they'll have different dex entries. Ooh. Well, they always with each game, if they change it could be like very subtle.
Right.
But yeah, maybe give us lore. You got to explain how they got here.
Well,
you know?
Well, I know the Ursa Luna one kind of did. Well, the
that explained
Blood Moon.
It, and that completely changed Ursa Luna.
Yeah.
So how did these Pokemon end up over here unchanged?
Or were they? We don't know. We got Conkeldurr.
You're not going to mention my... Oh, I was about to say. You're not going to mention my girl Swanna.
Chandelure.
Oh, Chandelure is sick. You know what? You know who's cool? Gosh, I say that, but I'm probably going to butcher the name.
Mienshao?
Mienshao.
Mienshao?
I was going to say Mienshao. But like,
it is cool.
That's a cool looking Pokemon.
It's definitely slept on, but yeah, that's a cool line. Politoed, of course. Magcargo.
Oh.
Mightyena.
I like Noctowl. Did that say Ariados?
Oh, yeah,
I like
Noctowl.
Ariados as well.
Ludicolo.
Oh, Slugma.
Who's that? Who's Slugma?
I'm not going to do it to him. I'm not going to do it to him.
I got Ashley with that real good the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Did she fell for that?
Yeah. I was like, name this Pokemon because I found one on Pokemon Go. She was like, Slugma? I was like, Slugma, dude.
You fool.
Ay. Oldest trick in the book.
I know, seriously.
Trevenant.
Hey.
That's dope.
We got Ken. There he is. Ludicolo.
Bro, I already said that.
Oh, you did? Oh, damn. I missed it. I'm sorry. Sorry.
All right. Vikavolt. That's dope.
Oh, nice. Trevenant.
Cutie Fly. Oh, man. Imagine shiny hunting a Cutie Fly.
Oh gosh.
That's like the smallest Pokemon.
I think it is. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's literally the smallest Pokemon.
It's literally a fly.
Oh my gosh.
That's going to be a rare one.
Komo.
Como. All right.
Hold on. Why can I not picture Hakamo-o? I know Jangmo-o and Komo-o, but why can't I picture Kamo-o? What does that Pokemon look like?
Hakamo?
Yeah.
It just looks...
What is the...
literally looks just like what you would
stage
picture of the
1?
middle one.
Oh. Like, I've had to have seen it before, but I just couldn't picture
It just looks like Como with like less armor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Lame pseudo.
Yeah. Cramorant. That's cool.
I prefer Crustle, but whatever.
True. That is honestly true. Morpeko, Bascu Legion. For some reason, this list doesn't actually have... Actually, it may have had them, but we may have overlooked it. Like the Alolan or Galarian... Neither of those.
Hisuian?
Hisuian, other forms. Who am I missing? Who were the... Lilligant. You have...
Sneasler.
Sneasler.
Well, I think he was just like a new Pokemon entirely.
Yeah.
But you did have Hisuian Sneasel.
Yep.
Who would evolve into Sneasler.
What the fuck was it? The Scyther one?
Cleavor.
That's right. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much...
Oh, that was the end.
That's the end.
We could have missed it, but I did not see him.
It just might not be in this list, but it's definitely going to be in the game, I believe.
All right, so am I not getting Alolan Raichu?
Ooh.
I'm a little upset.
No, there's no way
if I'm not.
I may have just missed it.
I didn't see it. I'm a little hurt.
But if the other Alolans are in there, and I know Pikachu is in there for sure.
Yeah, but that wasn't all the Alolans, was it? I didn't see Meowth or Rattata.
Like I said, I could have missed it.
Yeah. I mean, just from this list, like, I want to say it's a safe assumption to just say all the Alolan forms are in there.
Probably. I mean, there's not that many. Probably Diglett.
But yeah, especially if you
Raichu.
already have, like, the base Pokemon in the game, like, yeah, give me a Alolan form.
Yeah.
Like, you gave me Raichu, just give me the Alolan form Raichu. But that would suck if Alolan Raichu was not in there.
True. Yeah, because now that I'm thinking about it, this can't be the full list.
Oh, maybe.
I think these are the
Teal Mask ones. Maybe more coming with Indigo Disc.
I mean, for sure, but those haven't been leaked yet.
Yeah, but maybe that's where they're at.
But I think
maybe
this is...
the other Alolan, the other Hisuian ones are coming with that one.
You know what? You might be right. You might be right about that. But
it would make sense for Alolan Raichu because the beach, the ocean, I can see having to wait on Alolan Raichu.
True, but I don't even see Lucario in here, and I know he is one of the one that are coming.
Oh, he's got to be. Hold on.
So this is not the full list right here.
Oh.
So I'm definitely
But
missing
Lucario
a few.
is in the base game. The vanilla game.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I'm
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Because I know you find him in one of those like mountains
That's true.
and caves.
But yeah, I know. So we have 99 Pokemon coming to the Teal Mask that have been from previous games that are not yet in Scarlet and Violet. And then you have like 116 or however many from the Paldean Pokédex coming to the DLC
in
some form or another.
Ooh, you know what would be cool? If, like, I'm just thinking of, so, like, some of the Alolan forms, like, to get the Alolan forms, it would be cool if you had to chase the normal form, but you had to get a certain title and then trade it to this guy, and then he gives it to you. Something like that. So you can't just get any of these Pokemon. You have to, like, find that Pokemon with a certain title, and to do that, you had to have done this event, something like that.
Yeah.
So it gives you, like, incentive. Like,
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Hold on. Did it say Alolan Vulpix and Alolan Ninetales?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sick.
Yeah. Definitely had those.
Oh, that's hype. And man, that's so cool because then we get all their shinies and can shiny hunt them and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, are they going to... Sorry, like, all these questions are just kind of hitting me. But just like normal mass outbreaks, like, are we getting... Or do we still have normal mass outbreaks in Kitakami?
I imagine so. I don't see why.
That's really cool. Because, when we played Scarlet and Violet, we found out how to kind of reset them with changing the time and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, for the most part, like the same ones kind of kept resetting. If you wanted to chase that one, you had to do it over and over and over again. It would be cool to see how the mass outbreaks with all these Pokemon play out.
Yeah.
In Kitakami. Because there's a lot here where I'm like, dude, I want to chase that shiny. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
What time are we looking at? Not like the time, but like how long we've been going for.
Average.
Hey, average, baby.
Let's go.
So with that being said, that's all I had. You got anything else?
Yeah, that's it. We pretty much went over the whole DLC that we know of.
That we know of. And again,
And
like what we don't know of is totally okay. I think stuff should be shrouded. At least some stuff should be shrouded in mystery.
Yeah.
And it would be so sick if we're like, dang, man, we kind of got this whole thing kind of figured out. We know what's coming. And it comes out and they just drop even more.
Yeah.
And then more and more and more. That would be really cool. But this has been episode 46 of the Hardcore Podcast, talking about part 1 of the hidden treasures of Area Zero, the Teal Mask, which again, but when you're hearing this, will be out in a couple days. So definitely get your pre-orders in. I'm sure there's a bonus, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Bye. This power passed down from the king of the past.
A little teaser there.
It's like Pokemon, you always have like a little teaser of what's coming in the previous games.
Bye, y'all.